Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. So earlier on today I ran a poll and I asked you guys, I was like, okay, so we're gonna pick 4 formats where we'll do a stream later. I thought let me ask you guys because I wasn't sure, and I'm actually very happy with the results because the format that won was the actual format that I wanted to play, because I've done the SEGA 32X, the Sega Mega Drive, the SNES and the Neo-Geo. Now I'm familiar with the SNES, most out of those, also the Mega Drive, also familiar with the Neo-Geo. What a format I'm not, or a system I'm not familiar with, is the 32X, and I was so hoping it won, right? And before we start anything, right, so I ran a poll on Twitter, received 35 votes, but as you can see, oh, hold on, okay, sorry, sorry, I'm looking at my little window and I realize it's a few seconds behind, so you guys should, right, here we go. So all right, so Sega 32X won 45%. Okay, that's a good result. But then the YouTube result as well, absolutely brilliant. It won at 42%. So everyone wanted to see 32X on the MiSTer. It's not available for the Analogue Pocket yet. The Mega Drive, the SNES and the Neo-Geo lost. But here we are. We're gonna, and I'm really glad, right? Because I really don't know this system. I don't know this system at all, and it's gonna be fun to check this out. Michael, how you doing there, buddy? Michael McCann, wicked. Yeah, tempo, we can do that. Let me get the list going. So the same rules apply, guys. If you're regular on this channel or regular on the streams, you know, I always say just write the game, block capitals by itself. It stands out, especially when the chat gets busy, and I can see it, right? And we can go in there. So let's start with the Virtua Fighter. I'm not sure how great the first one is, but let's check it out. I mean, it's available on this system, and it's really funny, right? Because out of all the systems that were up for well, that you could vote for today, right? The least popular system won. Hey, how you doing, Femblin? Okay, so the least popular system, which is this system here, the 32X, the Neo-Geo is definitely more popular than this system. The SNES and the Mega Drive, or the Genesis, for all my American bros and sisters. Yeah, definitely more popular, right? So SNES more popular, Mega Drive more popular. Neo-Geo definitely more popular than the 32X, but it's almost like the ugly duckling has had its day, right? You know, you were unpopular growing up, and now that you're a grown-up, that's what everyone voted for. Now I'm actually, yeah, so I'm very happy with that. So that's absolutely awesome. Sorry if I'm sounding rushed out of breath. It was a photo finish to get in time for the stream. I had like a few things to do during the day. Had to put my car in the garage, like the indicator, kind of the stick that you indicate with, had a little bit of a fault on there, so the showroom said bring it in. I kind of had booked it in for earlier. But the worst thing is when you give your car in somewhere, you don't have a car. So you don't have a car, and you have to either bus it back. I mean, I walked it back the first time. When I went to get the car, I went on one of those famous double-deckers that we have here in the UK, or more specifically in London. Always like going on bus, and I'm going to bus often enough. But I do kind of like it when I go on bus. I really don't like driving. So, right. So Michael wants tempo, and let's rock with tempo. So let's see, is tempo here? Okay, here we go. There's tempo Japan, English. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of games for this. I've got some ROM hacks. I've even got Tomb Raider. So a big shout out to Video Game Esoterica, who kind of helped me out with getting Tomb Raider, and kind of pointed me in the right direction. He's got an excellent video on that as well, so that's awesome. SNK Kev Space Harrier, no problem, got that down. Star Wars, yep, I was checking that out earlier, to be honest. I love Star Wars. I don't need an excuse to play any kind of Star Wars game. Space Harrier, Afterburner, yep, no problem, writing all these down. And after B, I should remember it like that. I want to give a shout out to MiSTer Add-ons as well, guys, the sponsor of my Saturday show. Again, this isn't a sponsored video, but I've got to give them a shout because I put a tweet out earlier looking at this, and they retweeted it, and they've got a big following on Twitter, so it gave this stream a little bit more exposure. I don't expect it to be one of the most popular streams because this core's been out a while. It's not like this is something brand new. It's been around for a while. It's a mature core. So, but nonetheless, you know, retweets, likes, all that stuff is appreciated. So big shout out to MiSTer Add-ons. If you're unfamiliar with them, they're a MiSTer vendor. They sell awesome stuff, but above all, they've got really good customer service. The guy's a friend. I don't hide anything. You know, I really like the guy. I speak to him. I'm glad he's my sponsor of the Saturday show, and I was just really happy to see like a retweet of something that he's not actually sponsoring. So he's not sponsoring this video or anything. It's only the Saturday weekly news video that's sponsored, but it was just nice to get that retweet. So Pork Chop Express, dude, love, awesome stuff. Right, Michael, I have to say, this game is looking good. Loving the art style of it. Let's now check it out. I wouldn't expect tempo to be what tempo is, right? I was thinking either Tempest in my head or something music related, but the little dude is wearing headphones, right? So it is kind of music related. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna start writing those down. Wow, excellent. Alan D, how you doing there? Milton, Nathan, if real wicked, Toxin, all my peeps are here, right? Okay, what are we doing here? All right, so it's a show, right? Oh, let's go into this one. Let's go into the boxing glove. We're going to be fighting again. Like the style of this game, it's awesome. Hopefully the sound levels and everything are okay. Let me check them visually, because what I'm hearing isn't. Yeah, they kind of look okay. If at any point the volume's too loud or too low, do let me know in chat. And I'll find it. Okay, so it's your. Wow, I'm in someone's mouth. That actually. Okay, wow. I'm gonna get chomped up by the teeth. So I need to go in the spaces where there's no teeth. Right? Shall I wait for that to kind of go down? Okay, he's got a good kick. Don't follow me. That kind of remind. Okay, I made it out. All right. So I kind of remember I was saying, you know, in yesterday's stream, I kind of take care of my elderly parents' kind of like health needs, and even my dad's in another country, he doesn't take care of his teeth, so I have to put a reminder on every time to tell him, you know, get yourself down to the dentist, dude, you know, everything. I took him to the dentist here. I didn't realize he was neglecting his teeth. It was actually one of the worst teeth the dentist had seen, and this is a good reminder. I keep getting a calendar alert. I've reminded him, but I know he hasn't gone to the dentist. I need to like nag him a little bit now, which I guess will you know, remind him of of my mum. You know, wives, they nag. Okay, this is an interesting game. Yep, kind of like it. Cool. Right, tempo. What we got? Let me get some other names written down. So after Space Harrier, we got Zaxxon. Now I used to play Zaxxon on the Atari. Doom Resurrection. We can do that. What else have we got after Doom? Yeah. Oh, wicked. Nate, good morning, good afternoon. It's kind of good evening here, man. A big collection of 32X games. Sold it on eBay many years ago. Huge regret. Yeah. I was actually, do you know what? I actually get some of my thumbnail images from eBay. I look at listings and I feel they look really nice, because we even got Star Trek on here, right? So I feel like the eBay listings, you know, when you've got like a console there, the wires, and someone's put it there, it looks really nice. So obviously I'm doing it on the MiSTer, but it makes it looks like I've taken a picture of my collection. I don't have that collection, but I really don't know how to kind of credit someone on eBay, you know. Maybe I should. I don't know. What's your kind of thought on that? So I use pictures of listings because they're advertising their product out there. They're obviously selling it, but it's not really something. I don't really see something as that being credited. Right, Doom Remake. There's a whole folder with Doom in this. We can have a look at that. So Doom Remake. Right, let me press start quickly before YouTube flags this up as a copyright thing. Let's go. So okay, Super 32X enhanced Star Wars with extended and more challenging levels. Right, definitely don't want challenging levels, but let's go arcade to start off with. Rebel attack, destroy the TIE fighters. Right, so is this oh, pilot and gunner? No, choose the mode with pilot. Okay, choose mode with pilot's joypad and press start to begin. Okay, I actually just want to be the gunner, so let's go pilot and gunner. Let's see if that works. Yes, Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. It's a trap. For anyone that knows Star Wars, you'll know that. Oh wow, this looks wicked. Never tried this before, so love the fact that this is a great learning experience for me. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps, guys. This is wicked. Okay. All right. I'm glad someone kind of mentioned this first. I actually, when I was setting up the stream, this is one of the games I put on. There's actually like different prototypes of this as well in a different folder. So there's all different ones with like dates and stuff on there. So I'm not sure what the significance is. Oh, I can see, where's the TIE fighter? Is it one? Oh, I just saw one there. Come on. Slow down. Oh, tires behind me. Okay, if I knew what the slow down button was. Is that the slow down button? Okay. I'd like to take on a Star Destroyer, but I feel like that would destroy. Oh, there's a TIE bomber. Wow. I would have loved this back in the day. I like how the fire comes. It reminds me of the Atari one where you can kind of, where the bullets come in these round kind of circular things and you can shoot them. Absolutely awesome. Guys, as far as a really good Star Wars experience, I've got the PlayStation 4 VR headset. And if you've got Star Wars, oh, what's that shooter called? Man, why is my brain always going blank? Star Wars Battlefront, that's it. Star Wars Battlefront, the first one. They've got a free VR update, man. And honestly, it is such a great Star Wars experience. Haha, got one. Nice. Look at the size of that thing. Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million. All right. I'm getting rid of I'll blow up one more TIE fighter. One more after that one. Right, let's try and get one more. And then we'll move on to the next game. But this is absolutely awesome. I would have loved this. I would have loved this in the day. Just for my love for Star Wars. I mean, what's that one on the Mega CD? Is it Rebel Assault? It's a light gun game. Oh, okay. Ah, there we go. That's to slow it down. Right, I figured it out. I should have looked at the screen. Rebel Assault. You know the one where it's just a light gun game. Okay, what's next? Space Harrier. Wicked. Always found Space Harrier to be a bit of a tough game. It wasn't my jam exactly, but I did like it. I thought it looked beautiful. It looked wicked on the Amiga. Right, before we start this, let me have a look at it in chat and just say hello to everyone. Wicked. All right. Let's look. Oh, NBA Jam TE. Yep, no problem. Noted. That one's down. It's the trap. I played the Atari wireframe game last year. It was so cool. Yeah, the Atari game's solid. By the way, the core of that is going to be coming out for the Analogue Pocket. It may come out for the MiSTer, but the developer working on it, Mazamars, he will definitely release it for the Analogue Pocket first. It's definitely an active development, and hopefully that'll get released soon. He did release an updated Amiga core. I know this is a MiSTer stream, but hopefully we'll get that, and hopefully that will come over from the Analogue Pocket, and at some point it's open sourced and it comes out. Rebel Attack, okay, that's the game. Yeah, Rebel Attack, is that the one? Yeah, not Rebel Assault. So many different names and games that I forget. Right, okay, let's do this. Again, what a great title screen. I love those little elephant looking things. What they're called. What a game, guys. Just love the run. I love the way he runs. It's just brilliant. Look. I know a lot of people are waiting for like the arcade core of this. How accurate is the 32X version to the arcade? Because for me, this was like something we kind of played on the Atari ST around my uncle's house, and there was a guy. It's really weird, right? Did you ever have this when you were young? There was a guy who used to live in my neighborhood. His name was Robinson. His older brother was a guy called Claude, and I wasn't really friends with him. I knew him from school, and like he had an Atari ST, so one summer holiday we pretty much spent the whole day, every day, around the guy's house playing Double Dragon as being the main game that we played. We used to take turns and play, and like anyone just used to walk up and kind of go into his house. You could just take anyone there. It was his brother's ST, and we just used to play it all the time, and that was interesting. As well as playing it around my uncle's house, it was something that I played around Robinson's house. Like, I'd love to see Robinson, man. Like, I haven't. Well, weird thing is, that was his first name. It wasn't even a last name. The guy's first name was Robinson. I have no idea what his last name was. His older brother was called Claude or Cloud. Can't remember how you say it. Like, really, older brother was really quiet, nice guy. But yeah, Robinson, I'd love to see him. Love to see that guy again. Just to tell you, thanks for letting us all hang out when we were young. This is primary school days, so we would have been like 9 or 10 or something. But all summer holidays we were around this guy's house, man. And the mad thing is, it wasn't even like a close friend or anything. I knew him, spoke to him, but he wasn't really my buddy. Simpler days, right? And I need to get the Atari ST core going at some point as well. That's just something that I need to get the Atari ST again. I've got the Amiga, and that's what I had more of, but I would like to test out. I would like to test out the Atari ST core. Right, Afterburner. We're going from one scaler to another, guys. Absolutely awesome. So Afterburner complete. Okay, that's nice, because that's like a take on modern games now, right? Isn't it? Like after the complete edition. You know, they show you. So you buy a game these days. You buy the base game. And then it's all of a sudden, oh, there's a pre-order bonus, a special hat that you get that only comes if you buy it in advance. And then you've got, what else have you got? You've got a pre-order bonus, then you've got day one DLC, then you've got this DLC. Yeah, you know what? This is the complete version on the 32X. So, right, okay, what's Alan saying? Alan D saying 32X is very close to the arcade. Cannot wait for the MiSTer. Wicked. Awesome, awesome. I got yeah, would be, I mean, they're going to come. It's something Hotego's working on, right? Hotego's working on bringing like the super scaler games. We had Outrun. Outrun definitely gave Hotego a lot of trouble, but you know they've kind of conquered it. Yo, Shane Lynch, how you doing, buddy? Nice one. Good to have you in the house, man. But yeah, I'm not familiar with a 32X, so this is like a learning experience for me. And but let's do this, right? MAME does support Model 1, but it's yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love software emulation, and I think I'm working tomorrow. So what I might do is, if I get a chance and I want to mess around with arcade games, I might do like a MAME or Final Burn Neo kind of. Just kind of like a arcade game streams, mainly things that aren't out on our FPGA consoles. But I love it. But there is a big difference, especially in the responsiveness. And this is for 2D games. So I was saying on like the Saturn streams that I prefer, like for example, the arcade games that are available for the Saturn that we don't have arcade cores for on the MiSTer. I prefer playing them on a Saturn, like Bubble Symphony and Elevator Action. They just feel better. They feel very, very snappy on the Sega Saturn core on a MiSTer. And when I load them up on a software emulator, they don't have that snappiness. There's a certain snappiness, same as when I'm playing like Wicker Wacker's RM M92 core. You know, playing In the Hunt on that, or playing any of the games on that, and then playing it on software emulation. Like, I love software emulation. I'm not criticizing it. I was a big fan for it for years. You know, for a time I avoided getting the MiSTer because I really didn't know how great of an experience it actually was. Wow, the graphics are so awesome for this, man. This is a game though, if you suffer from motion sickness, this might do you in, because you know, I'm like that kid in the arcade. Like when I'm playing this, I'm wobbling my head left and right, man. I might need like a special helmet if I was in more of a confined space. But luckily, I've got a decent amount of space on my left and my right. Okay, I just got blown up again. Graphics are beautiful for this, man. It's just a shame. It's a shame the 32X just wasn't as you know, it wasn't as popular back in the day. So it was Mega Drive 32X, the Mega CD. And then what was after that? I guess it was a Sega Saturn after that, then the Dreamcast. But, you know, looking at it now, looking at these games, man, they're fantastic. Just weren't adapted, right? It died. But I'm so glad the Ugly Duckling won today. And I only call it the Ugly Duckling because the vote was against SNES, Mega Drive and the Neo-Geo. Three machines that were definitely more popular, especially from a sales perspective, than the 32X. But the 32X, it just persevered. It won, right? And I'm really glad it did. Sometimes when I do these polls, like there was a time I did a poll before and the PC Engine won, and that's really what I wanted to do. And I will do a PC Engine poll. I will do a PC Engine stream at some point, because you know what, PC Engine is just, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So what have we got next? We've got Zaxxon next. Here we go. Zaxxon's Mother Base 2000. Okay, cool. So Zaxxon's an isometric shooter, if I remember correctly. So let's have a look at some. Okay, we've got Space Harrier. Oh, Spider-Man. Yes. That I have actually tried that game. I don't remember it being great, but you know, when you're looking at a system and you've got the full ROM set and you're looking at games, you're gonna have a look at Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's in there. So it's one of those ones. It just has to be done. What else have we got? Okay, Doom Resurrection, Jay Walker. We've got that on the list. In fact, that's actually next after Zaxxon. So we've got Doom Resurrection, Doom Remakes. We've got different versions of Doom in here. There's actually a whole folder. So I went and got with it HD, HBTDB games. I think they used to be the Smoke Monster set, but they've been renamed now. So I went and I got the whole thing there because I had a set on there, but I may have only had like an American set, because before I did a lot of streaming and a lot of content, I was happy with just having like one ROM per game. But since doing the YouTube stuff, I like having like every version of the game, because sometimes people will be, it's got better sound, or this version has this in it, so it's nice having all of them handy, especially these ones. They're just really small, right? They're just tiny little files, so it's not like trying to put the whole Saturn set on there, or the whole PlayStation set. You know, you've got to have a decent amount of space there. Guys, I absolutely love this game. This was a favorite game of mine. I'm really hoping I can get to grips with the controls, because I do find isometric stuff difficult to play now. Wow, your ship's very big in this, right? Wow. Am I shooting that thing, or is that my buddy? No? Okay. Okay, I guess that's a buddy of mine, right? Am I shooting that? What? Okay, I've got to be shooting those things. Okay, controls are kind of alright. A little bit slow. I feel like the ship should be a little bit faster. Do I get a power up? Do I get a speed perhaps? So I absolutely love this game, and I'm pretty sure it was on the Atari 800, and that's one of the cores I need to get working as well. Oh wow. Okay, cool. So I don't go back in the mothership. Okay, that's definitely a little bit more snappy, and the sides of the ship feels a little more kind of right for the game. That definitely felt a little bit too big. It felt off. So Zaxxon was something that I played a lot on the Atari 800. I absolutely loved it. It was just one of those games that I played repetitively. Absolutely loved it. So the Atari 800, I'm pretty sure Zaxxon was on that. There was another game that I really liked, Spy Hunter, and it had like the Blues Brothers music. You know, that Spy Hunter was absolutely fantastic. Loved that game as a kid. And a big shout out to my uncle, the guy that I always mention. I always got his old computers when I was especially very young. You know, when he would get the Atari ST, I got the Atari 800, and I would go around his house and play his Atari ST. And what he would do, because he was my mum's youngest brother, we used to go and visit our nan every Sunday, and he used to give me a game for the Atari every Sunday. Every Sunday I'd get a new game, and then he'd kind of describe the game to me. Sometimes he'd over describe it. Once he gave me a game called, I think it was Canyon Climber, and he told me you're this commando, you're climbing up a mountain, and it sounded sick. And I was running home, but I was walking with my mum, so I'd run ahead, and then my mum would be walking at her pace, and I'd have to go back to my mum. Then I'd try and get my mum to rush. I'd be running down the road, and then I'd have to run back to my mum. So I actually ran double the distance to my house, right? So I remember on this particular occasion, there's a game called Canyon Climber, right? If you guys check it out, Canyon, C-A-N, I think Y-O-N, Canyon, and then Climber, as in climbing a ladder, right? So Canyon Climber, he told me you're this commando, you're climbing up a mountain, and all these other ninjas come down, you're trying to fight it. And man, I was so excited to get it. Anyway, when I got the game and I got home, the game was about a guy that jumps over a goat. It was one of those platformy games where you jump over goats. Like, I was disappointed. I mean, I still played it because it was a new game. And the other game he'd done it to me on was a game called Ghost Hunter. And he described the game to me, right? He said to me, this game, you go into this mansion and it's all quiet, and you open the door and you hear the sound, like a creaky door sound, like eek. I mean, bear in mind the Atari couldn't even do the sound of a creaky door. And he said you go in there, and it sounded like, I guess, what Resident Evil would be. It sounded amazing. Again, I ran home, had to keep running back to my mum because she was walking. I got home, and it wasn't a bad game. It was like Pac-Man, but you could play 2 players in there. Ghost Hunters on the Atari XL. So my uncle was definitely a bit of a clown. But I absolutely love him, man. I got mad respect for him, and you know, he's got 3 kids of his own now. I made sure that I kind of, you know, I look after his kids when I was young as kind of payback, because he was very good to us when we were young. But man, did he waffle to me about games sometimes, you know, and I fell for it again and again and again. Right, let's go to the next game. I've kind of done my story for this video. Next one is Doom Resurrection. So I wonder if that's a normal game. Right, so we've got what we've got here. We've got Doom, right? So let me go into another folder, which is betas and prototypes. We've got a whole bunch of Dooms in here. I don't know which one it would be. Okay, is that Doom RR? Would that be Doom Resurrection? Right, so 073 2102. Okay, so we'll go for the bottom one, which seems to be the latest one. Hopefully this is Doom Resurrection. I guess we'll find out when we see the title screen. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, absolutely wicked. Was just getting into one of my stories about my uncle overselling games for the Atari, and you know, me actually believing him. Yeah, my uncle's cool, man. One of the reasons I really need to get Atari ST on here, I told him about this and he didn't quite understand what it meant. And I sent him an article where it describes what FPGA does for gaming, and he was like, wow. He goes, this is an emulation. This is emulation on a hardware level, and he's really interested in seeing it. What I'll probably do is, whenever I get around to putting Atari ST on there and put like a whole set on there, I'll probably give him one of my MiSTers for, like, you know, around Christmas or something. He's like a very, very busy guy. He works a high-flying job in a company. Like, he's very, very good. He's always training. He's a voluntary police officer, so he does like 2 8-hour shifts a month. And he's one of them guys that when he comes to visit me, he'll come and visit me, he'll spend 10 minutes with me, and then he'll go around all in the area saying hello to all the relatives, because my mum's family, it's a big family, six girls, 3 boys. So he'll go around, he'll take like 3 or 4 hours, and it's literally like everything is timed. But I would like him to check out the Atari ST, you know, because I used to play like Buggy Boy, Gauntlet, Kickoff, IK Plus. There was a ninja game. I don't know if it was the Last Ninja or the Ninja, but at the end of the level there was like a hole in the ceiling, and you'd move it up and you'd kind of jump up in there. That was a wicked game, one of my favorites. Right, I don't know what this Doom is. I don't know if this is Doom Resurrection. But I'm definitely going to go I'm Too Young to Die, because I'm 46, even though I'm probably closer than most people. I'm probably closer. This is a sad fact now, guys, right? At the age of 46, you've probably passed most of your life, right? Just going by like an average life scale, not a downer on anyone. It's just one of those realities, man. It's crazy, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but in my head, I'm still like a 16-year-old, you know? I mean, I act like an adult, I do things like an adult, but I'm telling you, in my head, I'm still that darn kid, man. And it's really funny, when we go to weddings, right, and we see these old guys, and we see these old guys, and there's a group of, say, like 5 or 6 old men at a table, right? We're talking about guys in their 70s and 80s, and you can see them beefing, and you can see in them that these guys knew each other when they were young, and old guy A would always annoy old guy B, for example, and then when they're at this wedding, even though they're old men, stuff hasn't changed, you know, they've still got that. I still feel like that, because when I meet up with like my friends, my school friends, everything's exactly the same. It's like you've not been apart. Okay, you haven't got, oh yeah, there's no shoulder buttons in this, I forgot. I'm pressing like N and R. I wonder what the mode button does in this. That's something I had to configure in here. Right, Doom, I want to see if there's a different version of Doom now, so let's go homebrew and hacks. Is it okay? Doom 32. Okay, Doom all levels. Is it any? Oh, here we go. Doom 32X Resurrection. That actually says it in the title. While that kind of boots up, let me have a look at this. There's a good Sonic game. Yeah, you know what? We'll go through the Sonic games. Sorry, trying to keep up with chat here. So bear with me a minute, guys. Let's have a look. Actually, it's not mad busy. On there now. Okay, the Duros Arcade Flight Stick USB. Yeah, the flight sticks were fantastic, but only for flying games. They were always cheaper in the UK. So if you had like an Amiga or a Commodore 64, you could get one of those. They were a lot cheaper, right? But yeah, they weren't good for anything apart from flying games, right? OG32X Doom. Okay, I think we just ran OG32X Doom Scalino the first. God, I love the usernames, man. The originality behind them. My favorite, I think, today is Dr. Johnny Bananas. Knuckles Chaotic. Cool. Let's write that down. Yeah, I think that's like a ROM hack. I'm pretty sure I saw that in the folder. I'm gonna write down Sonic games in general, and we'll just run with some Sonic games. So this is Doom Resurrection. Is this gonna be right? So, okay, split screen multiplayer as well. Excellent, guys. Do you remember when Doom first came out? I mean, my dad bought a PC. He knows nothing about computers, and he bought, I think it was called a 486. Unfortunately, I didn't know too much about computers myself at the time, and I remember just like someone got Doom running on it for me. My cousin or someone come around, they got Doom working on it, and it was, I mean, this was, you know, I know Wolfenstein came out before this, but I certainly feel that Doom had more of an impact. Doom is what really kick-started the kind of FPS for me, because I don't remember hearing of Wolfenstein until I heard of Doom. I heard of Doom first, and then I heard of, oh, okay, that's interesting. So if you hold down C, you can strafe. Okay, so that is in there. That's actually interesting, right? Because I thought to myself, can I hold down a button and then strafe? And it's always nice when you think, do the controls work like this? And when you try it, it works. It just goes to show good game design. You know, developers have thought, okay, how can we implement that? We're gonna do strafe by holding down a button, and it's something that sticks in the head quite well. Is it this door? Even though, see, I like some of I've got something on my PC, right? Which button is it to open a door? It's got to be a door. No, 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 come on. So I've got these versions of Doom. So I've played like a Metroid version of Doom. There's a really good version of Doom, and it's what is it? It's the Castlevania version of Doom, and that's really, really nice, guys. Okay, here we go. We're going here. I love how those guys look when they're far away. Take that. Again, like, Doom was just wicked when it came out, man. I still kind of need to play the new one. I should really buy it on I know it was on Game Pass, but I'm moving away from Game Pass, so I should buy it on Steam. I've seen it really, really cheap. Like, I'm talking like, you know, £2-3 for Doom, because I feel like Doom as a first person game, even the new ones I feel are really, really well. I think I got the one in VR, man, and that was done really, really well. Enjoyed like the boss fights in that. I thought the boss fights were very, very well done. But yeah, Doom runs well on this. So it's got an XYZ controller. I wonder, let me check one thing actually in options. Is there anything for input that gives it a 6? Okay, 6 button controller, right? Okay, cool. All right, let me give it a reset. Just curious here now, because I configured 6 buttons, so it's like a 6 button Mega Drive controller, and I wonder, this is what I want to try now. Just go new game. I just want to try the controls now to see if oh, okay, additional button. Here you go. We've got a map now. Oh, change weapon. Okay, that's good. So we've got the 6 button controller now. So that should be a little bit better for certain games. I thought it might have a couple of dedicated buttons for strafe, but it hasn't. But seeing left and right works well. So again, like, I like this system, man. Really like it. Really, really do like it. Okay, so we've gone through a couple of Doom games. Next up, we've got NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Guys, just want to point out again, any games that you want tested, do them as single messages and do them as block capitals, and I'll definitely see them, right? I'll definitely see them. So NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Again, the NBA Jam are the best. They're the best. They're the best basketball games out there. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if a new one comes out that's going to go outside and wash my car while I play it. NBA Jam, like, is king. And I'll go to the SNES version because that's the one that I played. That's the one that I loved. That's the one that I have the most memories with. Unfortunately, I kind of suck at it now, but I remember it being very, very competitive among my group of friends. You know, I was always the guy that, let's play fighters, let's play fighters, let's play fighters. Sorry, I'm just looking at SNK Kev there saying, I remember the password, IDKFA, wicked. Do you know what's embedded in my head? Action replay codes for the Super Nintendo. 7EOC B200 gave you special moves in the mid-air for 1 player. And if you wanted it for 2 player, you change the 7EOC to 7EOE. Wicked, Wolfang, nice one. See, block capitals, it stands out nicely. Wicked. And congratulations to the 32X for winning. Wicked. Knuckles, yeah, we've got Knuckles Chaotic down. So that's awesome. All right, we've got NBA Jam. Let me have a look at the sound. No, just turn it up a little bit so we can hear it, because this has got, I would like to hear a little bit of the boom shakalaka. Haha. Okay, let's go. Does anyone know a code for NBA Jam before I whack the start button? Anyone know any codes? I know there was names you could put in. So head to head. Let's go head to head. Okay, initials for gatekeeping. Anyone got any names down there? Wicked. All right. Yes, let's put in initials. And if I see something come up in chat, guys, I'll put it on there. I'll keep it on there for a second, because, like, what was it? The Saturn version where it had like an NBA presenter in there, and the NBA presenter didn't even know he was in the game. It came out like whatever, you know, like 25, 30, 35. I can't remember how many years later, right? But yeah, I'm hanging about on here because there is a little bit of delay on the stream. Wicked, the Flowers Orchard. Wicked, hey, how you doing, man? Your name looks funny in that kind of font. Have you done something to the font there? Oh wow, it looks yeah, it was a little bit difficult to read the way it was. Big head mode, yeah, big head mode was awesome, man. And then you could be like Mortal Kombat characters in some of them, you know, that whole midway thing. PS1 didn't even have split screen. Oh wow, okay, that's Doom you're talking about, Scalinio. That's interesting to know. Okay, so no codes. I'm gonna go PCN, guys. So let's go. Let's go PCN. Wicked. Okay, again, I'm just gonna go Chicago, right? Because that's what I know. Yeah, let's go Chicago again. Or actually, there was the LA Lakers as well. LA Lakers, it was popular in the UK, but Chicago Bulls, the cap was a fashion accessory, guys. Like, you know, you had one of those, you were one of the cool kids. Like, I never wore caps. I started wearing caps only recently, and honestly, it's not to cover the bald patch on my head. Like, I wear the bald patch. I wear the bald patch with well, I wouldn't say with pride, but I don't try and hide it, right? You know, you're bald. Don't hide it. Don't go for that hair transplant. You know, just embrace it. You know, you're gonna get old, right? You know, you're not gonna be like the young guy. But I did like some caps because my sister-in-law, she drew me. So I like using. I'm cheap in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, right? So she made me a cap of Sagat doing a tiger shot. She hand drew it. It was wicked. The only thing that I find with caps is after a certain amount, it was like a trucker cap with a white bit at the front. And so what's pass? Yeah, it was a trucker cap with a white bit at the front, right? And it looked wicked. It had Sagat on it, but I wore it so much, like the sweat marks that I got over summer, I just can't wash them out. Maybe I shouldn't let it get so sweaty and dirty. I was speaking to a guy that does custom caps. I forget what they're called now. I met him at the London gaming market, and they said you kind of get a sponge and you kind of wash it like that every so often, which obviously I didn't. So I kind of got into wearing caps. I wore like a plain black one. I do like it. But again, talking about this NBA Jam, it feels as good as NBA Jam does, man. It feels like NBA Jam. So the 32X, even though it wasn't a commercial success, it had some great games on it. Where it's going for the 3-pointers. Someone posted something on Twitter where we had this basketball player, right? And he was massively overweight compared to the rest of the team. But I think he was just crazy at getting the 3-pointers in. So he was in the team. It looked very, very odd. But it was kind of nice and refreshing to see that, right? Completely different, completely out of the ordinary. But hey, you know what? It just kind of worked. Very, very good multiplayer game, guys. You know, if you got the friends around. I mean, in the UK here, we're not really into basketball. It's something that we played in school. We definitely played a bit of basketball in school, but it's not a popular sport here. But NBA Jam was super popular. Oh, that's too far out. If that goes in, I'm going to laugh. No, it didn't. Okay. Okay, let's do the next one. I'm terrible at basketball. Right, okay, what is next? Oh, next is Spider-Man. I'm glad it's Spider-Man next. Guys, anyone remember Spider-Man on the Mega Drive? Like, it was wicked. Is it Amazing Spider-Man? Here we go. It's Amazing Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man versus the Kingpin on the Mega Drive. Guys, I love that game, man. It was difficult. I never completed it. I think the first boss was Electro in there, and you go through and you place like your camera, and then you take pictures, and from what I remember, you get money for the pictures that you take, which then lets you use that for upgrades and things, man. It was wicked. Like, yeah, really liked it. Into tonight's matchup screen. Oh, okay. Fembler, sorry, man. I just see that after. Michael McCann, I think, yeah, Knuckles, it has to be from Sonic, right? Unless I put it on and Knuckles Chaotic happens to be something else. I'm presuming it's a Sonic game, like based on the Sonic universe. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, it's like just gone 5:30. It's 5:38 here in the UK. I know it's earlier in the USA and in Europe, you're 1 hour ahead. If you're from Europe and you finish work and you're back, then welcome. If you're watching this at work, wherever you are, guys, I wish you all good vibes, man. I'm back at work tomorrow, man, so streaming is gonna end, man. I'm gonna, you know, probably it's quite likely that my next video may well be the video on Saturday, unless you know, get an hour in the evening or something and kids are in bed or whatever and I go downstairs. But if I go downstairs, it will be like emulation streaming, trying out arcade games. Guys, this kind of looks all right, man. Let's see what it plays like. Yeah, man, the Spider-Man game, Spider-Man versus the Kingpin, was wicked. Now, I don't know how well it's rated or, you know, how well it's considered. As far as me liking it, I loved it, man. It was a Spider-Man game. It was wicked. I mean, superhero games we had a few decent superhero games, but I think the first, okay, so, right, okay, I'm trying to think now on like 8 and 16-bit. I remember on the Atari 2600 there was a Spider-Man game. Probably wasn't a great game, but it was Spider-Man, so I liked it, right? It was, right, you know, you gotta like Spider-Man. How can you not like Spider-Man? So I like Spider-Man on the 2600. I'm trying to think of like Atari 800, Commodore 64, NES. Okay, on the Commodore 64, Batman the movie, that was a great game. Then on like the ST, Batman the Caped Crusader, we had a look at that on the Amiga stream. That was fantastic. And then there were some good superhero games, right? I remember Spider-Man on the PS1 was, wow, like, really loved that game. I thought it was a superhero game done well. And then what else did we have? We had So we had Spider-Man on the PS1, and there was Spider-Man 2 as well. Finished both of them back in the day. Absolutely loved them. Thought they were really, really good. And then as well as what's he doing here? So as well as Spider-Man on the PS1, when we moved up to the next generation, there was a Spider-Man game that came out. Was it Spider-Man the movie? It came out for the PS2, and I liked that game. Oh, okay, I needed to jump across. Okay, the level design, the way the game's designed, not that great. Okay, let me whip him up from here. So the Spider-Man on the PS2 was quite good. I enjoyed that. I remember I had the shop when that came out, and you know, we sold. I was just a small indie developer, but man, sorry, developer's always in my head. I was indie seller, an indie shop, an independent shop, and we sold a lot of Spider-Mans. I'm talking like 50 on day one, which was big for me. You know, that was a lot of games sold. So Spider-Man was big, but superhero games really came to life, I feel, with Batman Arkham Asylum. When I played that on the Xbox 360, yeah, man, that was just something else. That I thought really put it raised the bar for superhero games. Like, absolutely loved it. Finished it from start to finish, and it's something I keep saying to myself, I need to play again on my Steam Deck, and I need to do it. I feel like I'm trying to play the second one. I never completed the second one. I just feel certain parts of it haven't aged that great, but I do need to play it. It's one of those games I need to finish. I want to do the third one. Arkham Knight's the fourth one. The third one, I can't remember what it's called now. Not Arkham Asylum. So Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and what was the third one? I can't even remember now. But it was a third one. It wasn't rated as good. It wasn't made by Rocksteady, I don't think. Right, okay, I can see why this game kind of sucks. There's a lot of stuff falling down there, man. Oh, okay, so I lost a life. Yeah, this really isn't that good, man. I probably would have played it, but I would have been disappointed a little bit by it. It's definitely not as good as the Mega Drive one. I preferred the Mega Drive one when looking. I have to say the animation's alright though. I like the web swimming as well. This feels good. Oh, and sorry, going back to superhero games, right? So we had the Batman games, right? They were good. They raised the bar. But then the Spider-Man game, wow, on PS4. My kids have completed both of them. The Miles Morales. We don't have a PS5, so we don't have Spider-Man 2. When they come out on PC, I'll get that. But they finished the Spider-Man game, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Absolutely wicked, fantastic games, and they do superhero games justice, man. Like really good. Obviously, we had like arcade games like Spider-Man the arcade game, X-Men the arcade game. So we did have some decent ones there, right? Okay, I've had enough of this. I think we need to move on. So right, next up we've got Knuckles Chaotic. Arkham Origins, thank you very much, Scalino. Now, I tried that. I don't think that was so bad, and that's something I need to play on my Steam Deck. What we've got next, Knuckles Chaotic. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at this now. Wondering what this is. So yeah, guys, if you're just tuning in, absolutely wicked. Just going to show you guys the poll results again. So when we started, I ran a poll on YouTube and Twitter, and as you can see, 32X just won, man, and it won by, I don't know if I can call that a landslide, but nearly half of all the votes went to 32X, and I'm really glad. It's nice when you do a poll and the result that you want. I mean, I'll go with it. I think I might have only done one poll before about a stream, and PC Engine won, and I was so glad it won, because I'm going to do a PC Engine stream again at some point, man. It's too great a system not to check out. There's a whole bunch of good Japanese games. There's good translations now, and obviously in the USA you guys had the TurboGrafx 16. I know it's a PC Engine. I've got a TurboGrafx 16 pad, man, but I like it, but I wanted the PC Engine one, man, you know, the 8-bit dough one, and I need to get an original one as well, so I can, I need to do like a video on snacks, but I just want to get a few more controllers and HDMI adapters, which hopefully when I get, I can do a video on it and check it out, because I never really thought much about, have you got a boost? No, okay, so how do I, he has, okay. Yeah, I never really thought much about using original controllers until like when I was negotiating my sponsorship deal with MiSTer Add-ons. He chucked in a whole bunch of he chucked me in a reflex adapter, loads of like those HDMI adapters for consoles that I had, and he kind of sold it to me when he said the PC Engine, sorry, you can play the Joy-Con, you know, the controller with the rotation around it, to play like Midnight Express, Midnight Resistance, and some of the other like games with rotations like Forgotten Worlds. So you know, I was sold on that. And also got like the SNES one, the Mega Drive one. And you know what? You don't actually realize it. For anyone out there that's using a MiSTer, guys, try an original controller. Like the nostalgia you get from it, like it's overwhelming. It's honestly, like I'm not one of those tree hugger guys that cries a lot or anything like that. You know, okay, press A to call your partner. Okay. Okay, press B, hold your partner. Okay, and release. Okay. Oh man, there's going to be stuff I need to pay attention to here. Okay, press C button to jump. Okay, cool. Yeah, so when I actually ran the reflex adapter, I've got the Snacks adapter. I haven't tried it out yet, actually. But when I tried the reflex adapter, I mean, it was nice with the PlayStation one using the rotation on that Joy-Con controller. But man, right, can we skip this? Okay. Right. I definitely didn't pay attention there. Right, so yeah, going back, I remember playing Super Mario World on an actual SNES controller, not like a SNES replica that's Bluetooth or 2.4 gigahertz, actually using an original wired controller, guys. Like, it felt really, really good. Okay. Oh, press right. Okay. Hold B, press right. Oh, guys, I'm sucking at this. Right, let me do it back here a bit. Oh, okay. What's going on, man? Sorry, guys. I suck at this stuff. Okay, right. I get it. You got to go with the momentum. Okay, momentum gone. Let's do that again. No, 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 come up. Come up. Oh, okay, I got to move. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay, guys, you know what? I'm not gonna get past this tutorial. this is Knuckles chaotic. I'm gonna move on to the next game. Let's move on to a Sonic game. That was super embarrassing. Right, where's the Sonic stuff on here? Oh, okay. Why is there no Sonic stuff on here? We're gonna have to check out Primal Rage as well at some point. Right, no Sonic in Europe. Okay, that's interesting. Was there no Sonic games for this, or what was the Sonic like ROM hacks on here? Betas and prototypes. Okay, that's Knuckles chaotic, right? Ah, man, that was yeah. I didn't really do too well in that. So let's go back out. Betas and prototypes. No, we checked that. Homebrew, is it? Okay, here we go. Sonic 32X Plus, public domain. Okay, let's have a look at this. Ah, okay, that's interesting. But look, there's some homebrew stuff on here. Yeah, sorry, Jay Walker, is the Netcon's the one with the wheel on it? Yeah, the one I'm talking about. Sorry, sometimes I get the names wrong. It's the one with the wheel on it. So, you know, if you're playing Arkham, I'm looking at it. If you're playing Ridge Racer Type 4, it was a controller that got bundled with that. So I was actually really happy because while we were negotiating, I went on eBay and I offered the guy £20 for it. It was on sale for like £30 on eBay, but it had, you know, put your offer in there. So I put my offer in there and the guy accepted it. So I got that controller and it was fun to play. But I have to say, the games that I played with a rotary controller, I know there was a few, but the ones that I played was a game called Guerrilla War, which I think it's kind of based possibly on like the Akari Warriors game or within that kind of universe. Guerrilla War and Outzone by Tower Plan. And they had like that the stick that you could rotate, so while you're moving the stick around, you're rotating the stick around to change your fire, and it worked really, really well. I really like Guerrilla War and Outzone, especially Guerrilla War. Guerrilla War was one of my favorite games. It's one of the ones I really want that to come out on FPGA, and it'll be nice maybe at some point to get some kind of a rotary controller. There's that Thunder something stick that's out as well. It's quite expensive, but I don't have a great amount of storage. I've already got like maybe 3 or 4 arcade sticks. Actually, I've got more than that. If I count the 8-bit Doll one, I've got like 5. I had more. I've got some more around the friend's house that I need to get. Yeah, so I'm kind of limited to space. So maybe if I could get like a smaller rotary controller, maybe that's something I could get or look into later, especially to play stuff like Outzone, Akari Warriors. Midnight Resistance without a rotation controller just feels wrong, right? Okay, Sonic. Now, guys, I was always more of a Mario guy than Sonic, but yeah, Sonic's wicked, man. What a brilliant soundtrack! I have to say, Sonic just nails it. Oops, nails it with that soundtrack. Was it? Okay, I thought it was something in one of the invincibility near the beginning. And was it this tree? Okay, let me just get one ring, and that was the beauty of, I haven't even got one ring. Okay, let's get one up here. Okay, so this is just Sonic 1, right? And it's done for the 32X. So this looks just like the Mega Drive version. I don't know if there's anything extra in here. I know there was a Sonic game. I've got a video on the channel about it where they used like a lot of new stuff in there. But I remember when Sonic came out, Sonic was revolutionary, man. It got like Game of the Month in Mean Machines. It was regarded very highly, and I feel this is the first time that Sega kind of competed with Nintendo as far as platformers go, because before that they had Alex Kidd. I was a fan of Alex Kidd. It'd be nice if there was an Alex Kidd game for this, even a homebrew version of it. Yeah, if there was, yeah, Alex Kidd was good. I really liked Alex Kidd in Miracle World. I liked Alex Kidd in Shinobi World as well, but I definitely feel, yeah, Alex Kidd was a good game, but Sonic was definitely like a premium AAA kind of mascot, you know, compared to Alex Kidd. Just that it didn't have the suave that Mario had. You know, Mario just, I don't know, Mario, that mustache, the plumbing. Yeah, Mario just kind of killed it. And sorry, Shane Lynch that was in here earlier, dude. Shane's actually working on a Sonic hack, I believe for the Mega Drive, that lets you shoot stuff as the second player, right? Let's put on the next game, right? So let's have a look at another Sonic games. Yeah, so Shane Lynch, he tweeted it earlier and it looks absolutely fantastic. Oh, Smoke Monster Afterlife RPG. Right, okay, that's interesting. Is that our Smoke Monster? Let's have a look at this. Interesting. Okay. Play Afterlife, right. So yeah, so Shane Lynch is working on okay. Into the Dead Zone, right? Okay, so this looks like a text-based thing. So Shane Lynch is working on a hack of Sonic where you can have a light gun. So while you're playing Sonic, the second player can shoot enemies and collect rings. It looks absolutely fantastic. All right, this isn't exactly to my taste. Let's go to Sonic Cybernetic Outbreak. Let's check that out. I just I didn't actually put my phone on silent. I just heard it go off. Let me put it down. I'm rocking the RoboCop ringtone these days, guys. Like, I don't know what ringtone everyone's rocking, but I'm rocking the RoboCop arcade, the arcade title screen ringtone. Like, absolutely love it. There's a site I use. If anyone wants it, let me know either on the Discord or in chat, and I'll link it to you guys. It's got pretty much every soundtrack for every game out there, man. It's wicked. Oh wow, what am I doing here? Oh wow, okay, I'm fighting. No, I haven't got a ring anymore. So you're pretty much 2 hits. Wow. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, hit you once. Woo. Okay, so this is interesting, ROM hack. So Sonic 4, is he turning normal here? Okay, pretty simple pattern the guy's got. And I still got done by it. Right, let's check the next Sonic game. That's interesting though. So we've got, okay, Sonic in Chaotic. Okay, I don't want to do that pulley thing again. So Sonic the Hedgehog 32X, that looks like the same one. Right, what's next on the list? We've done the Sonic games, right? Someone wanted Wolfgang. Let's have a look at Wolfgang, guys. Is that a normal game? Let's have a look. No, okay. Wonder where that is. Europe? Nope. Japan? Oh, there wasn't wow, okay. There's not a lot in the Japanese phone. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Okay, can't. What's the next folder? Homebrew and hacks? Wolfenstein. No Wolfgang, no. Right, whoever asked for Wolfgang, really sorry, I haven't. Mars check program. Okay, so that's just stuff out there, right? Okay, so guys, any more requests, right? Any requests out there? Let's have a look. Let me have a look at chat, see if anything's there. We're cute. Yeah, you know what? I tend to be slow with tutorials and stuff, so I'll take my time with stuff. So it really makes for bad viewing. So what folder are we in now? Okay, so homebrew and hacks, right? Actually, I think I've put a folder outside of this. Right, let's run the Tomb Raider on there, because that was quite big, right? That we've got Tomb Raider for the 32X. Now, I don't think there's any sound for this. Yep, I haven't got any sound going off or anything. But Lara can bring out her guns. She can jump. And she can shoot. Okay, let's put those guns away, girl. Okay, she can do a little roll as well. Okay. So I guess this was quite big, yeah, the Open Lara project. So this is something that they brought Tomb Raider out for the Game Boy Advance as well, didn't they? Now I was never a fan of these Tomb Raider games. I mean, I looked at them. I remember they were big at the time. The Tomb Raider I do like though was it 2015 when it came out? You know, the reboot. Wow, what a game! I played that on like the Xbox One, and yeah, that's an epic game. There's a few games that I rate as epic, like it was like an epic blockbuster movie that I played. And the Tomb Raider, the first one, the reboot, I've played the second one. I finished that. I haven't finished the third one yet, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. But the first one was just absolutely epic. Like, I can't recommend that game enough. Another game that I thought was epic was The Last of Us Part 1. That felt like a movie. Metal Gear Solid 1, the first one. So there's a few games that I played. I did like some of the Resident Evils as well, but I wouldn't put them in the category of being like an epic movie. Like Resident Evil 4 was great. I loved it. But yeah, Tomb Raider 1, just wow. It just felt amazing. Anyway, this is it for Tomb Raider. Oh, okay. So, okay, we're doing Resurrection again. What's this? Pinocchio Proto. This is the color restoration for Disney's Pinocchio. And I think, oh, Shadow Squadron. Yep, we can do that. Yeah, we can definitely do Shadow Squadron. Let me write that down. So that's something where a translation came out for the Sega Saturn, and it actually works on the Sega Saturn core now. Oh, sorry, 2013. Nice one, Femblin. Yeah, that was amazing. The reboot, 11 years old already. It's just one of those games it's just wicked. So look. Oh, Two-Face 12, thank you very much, man. No worries, man. I know my English, and I know sometimes I speak fast. In fact, I get told at work that when I'm doing when I'm hosting a meeting or like doing a debrief, I need to slow it down. I just go at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So I know my talking, sometimes people that are native to the English language have difficulties keeping up. So I can't imagine if English isn't your native language, you might have more difficulty keeping up as well. And I do apologize. Sometimes I do actively try and slow down how I speak. It's very, very difficult for me because it's not natural. But sometimes I do try, and you know, because people do ask nicely, and I want it to be an experience. I want it to be a positive experience for you guys where you are understanding and learning stuff. But I just can't speak slow. I see some other YouTube channels where they speak very slowly, and it's very, very mellow, and they even end up getting longer videos, which I guess would result in more ad revenue. Okay, that's me trying to speak slowly, but I'm gonna go back to my natural mode soon, which is going to be going at, like, to be honest, when I speak normally, sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, none of my stuff is scripted. I just run the video and I just talk whatever comes in my mouth. That's why I go off topic so much and start going into random things. It's just, I think that's what the channel has become. So as people know it, they know there's going to be some stuff that's on point, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be off point. You can take the... Oh, is it? Okay, Jinkman. Right, okay. And do you know what? I've actually got I've got a dry cleaning service at my work, man. They do my suits, so I might say, look, man, I'm not going to get anything dirty on my tie. Can you just do a cap for me? So I might be able to get that done. But like, when I show you the sweat stains in there, man, the sweat stains in there are big, and it's like hand drawn. The Sagat tiger shot and everything is hand drawn. It looks wicked. Cristiano De Martino, hi all from Argentina, dude. Hello from London, and yeah, man, welcome to the stream. So let's give Pinocchio a quick play. So do you know what's really interesting about Disney stuff? Recently, like, copyrights have expired, right? So we had Winnie the Pooh. It went into public domain. I think it's after 100 years. So Okay, this looks really, really good. Never knew there was a Pinocchio game, right? I don't know if this is just a prototype of this. This came out normally. We're doing like the color restoration hack. So going back to the point of Disney stuff, going into the public domain. Oh, there's that Mr. Fox. Wow. Do I jump on their heads? No? Punch him? Okay, not sure what's going on here. Right, so Winnie the Pooh went back into public domain and they made like a horror movie. I think it's called like Blood and I don't know, something else. Blood and Honey, that's it. You know, being Winnie the Pooh. So that came out. The movie got like cussed. I mean, I'm not really too into the slasher horror stuff anyway, but that kind of looked interesting. And now Steamboat Mickey, it ran out. And I saw next that Pinocchio. Pinocchio is gonna enter public domain soon as well, so it's always interesting to see what kind of people do with it, right? Because Disney can't actually copyright strike you or demand that you take this down because it enters public domain, and that must hurt Disney, right? So, you know, oh, I got myself a book. Is that what I'm doing? Am I collecting a book? And I've got, okay. There was a hat there I was supposed to collect. Okay, I have to say graphically, this game is nice. What I do want to have a look at, let's just quickly go into video, because they do come out really, really nice. So we'll go soft to start off with, and you can see it just makes a world of difference. Don't know how well it's going to come out on your screens. Let's go out. Sorry, let's go video processing, scanlines medium. Guys, this just looks really, really well. In fact, even on my preview screen where I'm having a look, I've got like two preview screens, one of YouTube, and the other one that I've got is of OBS running, and it ran fine. I hope it doesn't. Yesterday the sound went out of sync, and I really hope like it's not something weird like me adding scan lines or something. But let's get rid of them, because they don't, as much as I like them, when I watch a replay or something and I check it, it just doesn't look that great. Right, what have we got? We've got was it Shadow Squadron? Here we go. It's Stellar Assault Shadow Squadron, isn't it? Guys, if you can, try and give me the full proper name of the game. And the only reason I say that is because because sometimes if I don't know the game, I'll be looking for Shadow Squadron, but it's actually Stellar Assault, so I may not find the game. I do know this is Stellar Assault Shadow Squadron. I'm pretty sure this is the one. I don't think we've got a Shadow Squadron. No, we haven't. So yeah, I do know it in this case, but if the game starts as Stellar Assault with the subtitle Shadow Squadron, put in like Stellar Assault. This just makes sure that I can actually find it. Okay, NBA Jam for you. Okay, that's interesting to know. SMNA. Okay, I don't even have to say that. Smanota. The 32X version is the closest to the arcade, and hopefully we'll get the arcade cores. Midway, the Midway stuff, Pramod's a big fan of that. You know, Pramod, who's most recently brought out the Midway Y unit core that has like Smash TV, Total Carnage working without sound, and Mortal Kombat not working. Really hope something develops and we do get that for the MiSTer. That only works on dual RAM at the moment, but he's a big Midway fan, so it's likely that when either Mars comes out, or you know, he finds he can get stuff working on the MiSTer somehow, you know, finds a trick, finds something out there, we may well get like the Midway, the NBA Jam arcade cores. I mean, it's likely in the future. Mars have been quiet recently, which may just be good. You know, they showcased a lot of stuff, they teased a lot of stuff around and everything, but sometimes it's just nice to get your head down and actually work on stuff, and I think that's what they're doing now. I mean, I've got an open line with them. I can always ask them questions and see what's going on. Last that I did, you know, they didn't have any major announcements for a while, so it'll be nice maybe there'll be another trade show, I don't know. It'll be nice to see something else. I mean, it was nice at Florida Free Play to see proof of concept. It was older games though. We definitely want to see something newer. We want to see something a little bit more cutting edge, or something that takes advantage. What I really want to see from Mars, what I really want to see running, and I think this will really put Mars on the map, is to see something that can't be done on the MiSTer. You know, then it's like, okay, then it's a strong consideration for people. You know, do we want to go further than the MiSTer if there's some newer stuff that you want, like Naomi or some of the newer arcade games? But it will be nice once we get some, and I'm pretty sure in due time we will, right? So yeah, just we'll see what kind of happens. Okay, so Femberlin, what was NBA? So the NBA Jam port to the PS1 and Saturn, is the 32X version the better port then? Okay, so Stellar Assault, it doesn't say Shadow Squadron here, so I'm wondering if Shadow Squadron is like a different type of game on this. But guys, like, I absolutely love these games. You know what? I'm gonna have to try the video filters on this one again. Let's just go. Love the fact that there's presets here on here. So let's go soft. And let's just go here because they just look so much better. And guys, I have to say, these default, just the default MiSTer scan lines, they're just amazing. Like, honestly, if you were to put your TV in like a flat box, it's very close to looking like a real CRT. I mean, when I went to the arcade a couple of days ago with my boys, I really liked the fact that some of the screens were worn out and they were, yeah, the screens were worn out, you know, like they were a little bit damaged and the colors were off, and it really added to that authentic feel of the arcade, you know, because you went to the arcade, not every time the screen, the colors and everything were perfect. Sometimes you'd go to the arcade and your monitor would be faded in the top left hand side of the screen. Something would be wrong, the colors would be off, and it's nice to have that. And I'm pretty sure we've actually got in software emulation like RetroArch and MAME, more so RetroArch has a whole bunch of shaders, and there's even shaders that make like it gives you that damaged CRT look, which I think looks absolutely wicked. Okay, Scalinio, thank you very much, man. I appreciate all your input in here, you know, like you're bringing value to this stream, so very much appreciated. Shadow Squadron is the Japanese version. Okay, cool. So that was the one that was translated for the Saturn. I have to say, I really like the story about it. It definitely has that great sci-fi vibe about it. I remember doing a video on it and I played it and I really liked the game. I kind of like, I'm not like, I've never been one that's big on sci-fi, right? I've never really been into Star Trek, even though I know most of my subscribers, based on live streams and conversations we've had, prefer Star Trek to Star Wars. I definitely prefer Star Wars to Star Trek. That is what I prefer, hands down. But I've never been a big sci-fi guy, but I like these type of games, you know, whether it was Elite back in the day. I mean, Elite was a cutting edge game, right? I think it was out for like 8 and 16-bit computers. I've got like the new one, Elite Dangerous, but I've never ever tried it. I think I've got like maybe the multiplayer version. No, actually, I might even have the single player version. I've never tried it. I got it, and then I heard that in order to play it, you almost need a degree. There's so much that you need to learn about the game, and if I wasn't doing the YouTube stuff, then you know I may get into a deep game. I can't see that happening now. I think the next big game that I will proper get into will have to be Monster Hunter Wilds. Hopefully it won't make me sick like Monster Hunter World, because I've done like 1,500 hours on that game. I've done way too much time on that, to the point where turning the game on just makes me want to turn the damn thing off, man. Can really finish a mission. If my kids ask me to play, because I bought it for both my boys, unfortunately my daughter doesn't want to participate with us. But yeah, that's cool. You know, so the boys play Monster Hunter World, and I sometimes give them a hand on a mission and whatnot. But I think Monster Hunter Wilds, I will, if not on YouTube, then I might just go on Twitch and stream it there. It just depends. I don't like. So I've got a lot of people on the channel. Most of you guys here for like FPGA stuff and retro stuff in general. So if I was to do new stuff, I don't want to alienate a lot of my people. I don't want to give stuff on people's feed that they're really not interested in. So I may just use Twitch for that. On my Twitch channel, anything goes, man. Anything goes. It's not as popular, it's not as big, but you know, I could run like maybe Monster Hunter on there. Unless obviously people here are interested in Monster Hunter as well, then it'll be awesome, because it'll be nice if I could do like a hub, or like open up a room. And then you guys can come and join that, and we can go on hunts together. Like, Monster Hunter's a wicked game, man. Like, absolutely fantastic game. And guys, the scan lines just look wicked on this. Like, let me know what it's looking like on your displays, and what display you're using. You know, if you're using a mobile phone and it looks bad, then let me know. I'll switch them off in due time anyway. But if you're using a large screen and they look good, do definitely let me know. Right, I'm just flying around like a moron here. I saw something underneath there. Okay. Yeah, this is a very good game, man. Very good game. Definitely a game that if I saw this, I'd be like, yeah, I want this system. I mean, you know, everyone likes Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. I mean, that was a generation before, but that ran at like, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 frames a second. This one's very smooth when it's running. I don't know if it's exactly 60 FPS, but whatever it is, it doesn't feel bad on the eyes. You know, it's not bad. I've definitely played games and enjoyed games that are a lot worse than this. Yeah, this game's good, man. Rogue Squadron is still daddy though. Rogue Squadron and is it Rebel Assault, the one on the GameCube, man. Absolutely wicked games. Right, let's go to the next one. But this is good. Shadow Squadron, Rebel Assault, Shadow Squadron Stellar Assault is wicked. Right, next one. Really glad someone done a fighter, you know. So let's go to Primal Rage. Sorry. Ooh, is the Japanese version better? Oh no, okay, we haven't even got it. Okay, so there we go, Primal Rage. Okay, so someone actually told me when I played this before that there's different versions of the moves. Let's turn that off for now. Oh, actually, let's leave it on for this, just for this one, right? As a gay Kev, I like that, the Charity Hunter. Yeah, Charity Hunter will come back, but Charity Hunter will come. So guys, I've got some videos on my channel when I first started YouTube. It was a series called Charity Hunter where I'd go on Monster Hunter and I'd go and help new people, and I'd literally carry them through the mission. It was just interesting to do. So but Charity Hunter is something that can only come when I reach a certain level and I can help newer players. That will come after. I'm looking forward to Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm not intending on upgrading my laptop. It's got a 5800X, I think, in there, 32 gig of RAM, and an RTX 3070. I'm hoping to keep that for at least another 2 to 3 years, you know. So hopefully it will run Monster Hunter Wilds. But the Monster Hunter games are good, man. Oh, what's this? I'm watching this 480p. The scan lines are in. Okay, cool. That's a good one, Femmelin. Wicked. Watching my 4K TV scan lines are looking good. Wicked, Scalinio. That's interesting. No, even though my streams are only ever in 1080p, at some point I will upgrade to 4K, but likely it'll probably be like 2025 or something. I can't see it happening now until it becomes more standard. And everyone's got access to it, which a lot of people do. But the TV in my front room is 4K. I don't think I run anything 4K on it. I'm cheap. Even Netflix, I pay the mid-tier, which is, I think, 1080p, not 4K. Right, okay. Wow, okay, you know what, Cabot Kisser, 32X for $20. Yeah, that's amazing. You know, I miss places like Toys R Us, man. Toys R Us, it went into administration here a few years ago. But I like taking my kids to large shops with toys. The only thing I hate now is about going to those large shops, man, and it sucks, right? Because I don't like shopping, but I do like the experience of going out to a shop and being able to buy something, you know, whether it was a video game, that feeling when you're a kid, you know, even when you're a teenager, you're buying your comics, you're buying your games, you're trading stuff in. I always liked it. In fact, I loved it. My kids can't really experience it. The only toy shop we've got in the UK now, at least as far as I know, we've got Hamleys, which is a massive one, right? But for example, in Hamleys, a toy that will be £10 on Amazon, no kidding, will be £30 to £40 there. We're talking 3 to 4 times the price. But I've taken my kids there, so I have to get them something. So, you know, like the same toy there, I have to pay more for it. But I'm paying, I guess, for the experience of actually going in a shop. And, you know, a toy shop, they have like entertainers there playing bubbles and juggling and whatnot. And the other toy shop that we've got here is a shop called Smith's Toys. Now, Smith's Toys isn't bad. Their toys will likely be often maybe 50% to maybe twice the price of Amazon, but they do have good sales on where sometimes stuff is cheap. So I'll take them there and I'll buy something, but I know I'm paying over the odds for it. Right, okay, let's give Primal Rage a go. I just want a Hadouken thing on there, right? That's all I want. I want a monster that can do a Hadouken. Man, this is so cool. So cool. I remember seeing this in the arcade on a big screen, man. Like it looked amazing at the time. I never thought much of this game, you know. I always thought, okay, it wasn't really a great game. Okay, let's go with this, because it's the top left. Is Sauron gonna be the Ryu equivalent? Because he's placing that screen at the top left. Well, I hate it when I'm doing streams. I hate it where I get okay, so how many? Is it a 4-button game? Okay, it seems like a 4-button game. Yep. X and C aren't doing anything. Is he a charge character? Nope. Nah, man. What are the moves? Anyone know what the moves are? Yeah, do you know what? When it comes to kids shopping, right? When my kids want a new toy, do you know what they do? I'm sitting on a sofa. It's mainly my boys. Even my daughter does it as well, but my daughter's older. But the two boys, they'll come around, one on my left, one on my right, and they'll look at my phone. And I'll go Amazon, and I'm not like an Amazon fan or anything, but it ends up being like the best, the cheapest place to get places, and one of the places where doing returns isn't much of an issue. So I end up going there. So they, as far as shopping goes or getting toys, they just know looking at looking at my phone is how you get stuff, which is sad. Like, I don't like shopping. Like, I'm so glad now that when it comes to like all that clothes shopping and all the stuff that I used to have to do with my wife when my kids were younger, my daughter and my wife go out. I just pick them up. And guys, I don't know. My wife is so terrible with directions. If I tell her, "Where are you?" right? I'll come and pick you up after, you know, she's done a shopping for like 4 hours with my daughter. They've gone out, they've had lunch, they've done shopping. Cool. I'm out, I'm hanging with the boys, we're cool. I'll go and pick her up, and like, let's say my wife is at, I don't know, let's use a Simpsons reference, Quickie Mart, right? Rather than saying I'm just at Quickie Mart on the high road, she'll be like, okay, can you meet me? I'm not by this shop, but you know that shop, if you go there, and like literally, so what we've got an app on our phone where I can see where she is at all times and she can see where I am at all times. It's called Life 360. I actually recommend it as a safety app for your kids. We've got it on my daughter's phone, and it's not really snooping, you know, we've got a good level of trust between us, right? But it's, for example, like she walks back from school by herself, and it's nice to see that she's come in. When I'm at work, I'll get a notification saying she's reached school. I'll get a notification saying she's reached home. So it's just something nice. I want to pick another character. So that's something nice to know. So what I do is when we go out, when I go out shopping now, I just look where she is. I just say, just send me your location of where you want me to pick you up from. If you're there now, I'll come there. And then I'll go to their location. I'll just drive it, press navigate me to this place if I don't know exactly where it is, and I'll go pick them up. Oh, XA down up. Okay, cool. Yeah, those moves are weird, Femblin. They're really, really weird to do that. Let me have a look at some chat while we look at the intro. Wicked. All right, is there any more games? Anyone said any more games? We're still on the first post it, by the way. What's the T-Mech game? Okay, 480p. T-Mech, okay, T-Mech is kind of Battlezone on steroids. Okay, so is that the name of the game, T-Mech? I'm going to write it down. I'll write down Battlezone as well, because I'm not familiar with this. So what's really interesting is when I do these streams, it gives me good games to kind of hunt down. Like when we've done the Saturn ones, like Andy D, big shout out to Andy D, by the way. He mentioned a game called Frankenstein for the Saturn, so I've got that. Yeah, I've got it on my list. I've got my post-it on my monitor, so that's something to kind of check out. So there's some interesting stuff out there. What we've got? I've got my 30. Wow, Michael McCann. I got my 32X for $5 when it got discounted, and that kind of makes sense, you know, because at one point the 32X was a doorstopper. Tia Gavini, man, wicked. Well, man, love Brazil too, man. You guys are awesome, man. One of the guys at my work, right? He's a 60-year-old, right? Really, really cool guy. His missus is from Brazil, and she's like 10 years younger than him, 50. It's like his trophy missus. Man, like, guy is so cool, man. He's always going to like these Brazilian parties, man, and they proper respect him. He's like the only English guy there. Everyone else is Brazilian. But yeah, man, all the Brazil, I've only had positive experiences with Brazilian people. Absolutely amazing stuff. In fact, a couple of my friends, actually, sadly enough, one of them's passed away, which was sad a couple of years ago. But another friend of mine, he's half Portuguese, half Brazilian. I know in Brazil they speak a lot of Portuguese. Another friend of mine that passed away was a Nigerian guy. But they actually went to Brazil and they brought a guy over who came over to the UK, and they kind of helped him settle in. And the guy's got a really, really good capoeira school now. I remember the guys doing capoeira, which was, it's a martial art. If anyone is unfamiliar with it, it's what Eddie Gordo, is it, in Tekken does. It's like a dancing martial art. And I think the origin of capoeira was, it was disguised so it wasn't, you weren't rumbled for doing martial arts. It was dancing. It was fighting disguised as dancing. So I had like a really good backstory. But yeah, capoeira, I used to hang out with those guys, man. The teacher, the guy that taught capoeira, man, he was serious. The guy's name was Wilson. I still remember his name. Just the maneuvers and the jumps, because we used to chill out. We used to go to like Regent's Park, Hampstead in summer. A big group of us used to hang out, and they used to come along. Really, really nice guys, man. And capoeira's like absolutely awesome. It's not something my kids are doing. My kids have done actually Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and they're doing boxing now. And after that, we're going to send them into something else. Yo, Jazzarino. How you doing, man? Guys, Jazzarino, big shout out to Jazzarino. Really, really nice guy. When I went to the arcade on Saturday, and it had been a few years, at least 2 years before I went to the arcade. The guy's very, very good at third strike. He's got very, very good Makoto. But most of all, you know, like, I'm really unknown there. I don't really go there too much or anything. But I went there. The guy made me feel very, very welcome. Just very, very polite guy. So Jazzerino, thank you very much, man. The next time I come there, I look forward to seeing you again, man. So absolutely awesome. So Free Play City is where I went Saturday. If anyone's from London, it's the best arcade in London. It's amazing. Right, let's go another round of Primal Rage. Right, what was the move? Someone posted the moves there. Okay. XA down up. I don't know if it's gonna do that. XA down up. That just don't feel right. I'm gonna pick a different character though, so I wonder if that's. I'm gonna pick like the humanoid looking ones, right? So we can go Blizzard, or Chaos, right? Let's go Blizzard, right? Yeah, no, Jazzarino, a pleasure, man, an absolute pleasure. And you know, I'd love to kind of get back into Third Strike some more. Just don't have the time to play fighters, so okay. Nah, no move. Okay. Okay. No. I'm gonna just mash stuff now. Can you hear me mashing? Nah. Okay, guys, you know what? Let's move on to the next game. Was it Team X someone wanted to see? Wicked. There you go. That's it. Capoeira was practiced by the slaves to disguise that they were training a fight. Absolutely awesome stuff. Cabot Kisser, yeah, if you've never been to the UK. Oh, okay, hold on. What's that? XYB, left, right. Okay, XYB. Let's try that, right? X, right, okay. Right. No. No. Okay. I'll give up. I can't do it. This game's not for me. Right, Black Fawn. Right, we're on our second post-it now. We'll get that going as well. Let me write that down. Black Fawn. So this is a good little system, man. I'm really glad this poll won today. So, right, let's have a look at this. Yeah, no worries, Jazzarina. Have a good day, man. Have a good day. I'll see you soon, man. It'll either be 3 or 6 weeks before I return to Free Play City. But I'm really glad my boys like it because it's a 2-in-1 activity, right? As a parent, if you can do an activity with your kids that you enjoy, well, that's just bliss. Right, let's have a look. Let's go to T. Oh, here we go. T-Mech, awesome. Yeah, so what's really awesome is my boys love the arcade. So I asked them if they like the bowling alley or they like Free Play City, and they said they like Free Play City. So they don't get bored of it or anything. Next time I've kind of got like a weekend off. I'm going to turn these off for now, just so if there's other people out there, I'm going to turn off the video processing. No filters, okay. Yeah, so because my boys like it, it's wicked. And you know what, right? It's just a safe environment for my kids, man. I mean, even next time when I go in there, I'm going to tell like the girl at the door, these are my kids, they're going to be wandering about there. Obviously, don't let them go out without me. And I'm quite confident, you know, they know where I am. The Street Fighter section was actually upstairs. So it's upstairs in the corner. I took them there and I said, guys, this is where I'm going. If you need to come and get me, come and get me. And they played a lot of games. They played a lot of link-up games. They had a lot of fun. They even played like Street Fighter, man. It was nice to see my kids playing on a Versus City or an Astro City, you know, the back-to-back cabs, playing Street Fighter Alpha 2 on there, playing Super Turbo on there. They're never going to get into it. They're never going to get into it. I can't ever see it happening. But it was nice to see that nonetheless. Oh, nice one, Cabot, because I really wish, like, the PC Engine it's one of my favorite consoles. I can't decide between, if I had to say my favorite console of all time, not computer, console, it would have to be either the SNES or the PC Engine. And I can't decide. I just simply cannot decide. You know, SNES, PC Engine, that's it. It has to be one of those. Okay, so this looks interesting. This is T-Mech, right? So okay, interesting stuff. Again, not a bad system. I mean, if I ended up with this, I mean, it's definitely got more games than the 3DO, right? I mean, I had the 3DO and it didn't have, oh, okay, controls are quite fast moving. Can I go forward? Right, okay, interesting. Guys, you know, when this was current, right, graphics like this were cutting edge. You know, seeing stuff like this moving around, like that kind of, like, I don't know, 2D yet 3D, or like early 3D, I'm not sure exactly what to call it. Special weapon is empty. There's a UFO there. whenever I see like a UFO, or there's a reference to UFO, I always think of it. If anyone's played the Phoenix Wright games, the first one that came out on the DS, which may not have necessarily been the first one according like to the Japanese games, but the first one on the DS, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, you meet, is it Lotta Hart? Like, I love the character names in there. Her name was Lotta, Lotta, and then last name Hart, which was probably, can't remember, it was H-A-R-T or H-E-A-R-T, Lotta Hart. And you know, she was saying UFO, but instead of saying UFO, it was more like UFO. Like really good games. Phoenix Wright are like really the best, the best kind of what they call like visual novel type of games that I like. I keep meaning to play Danganronpa. I've got them like for the Vita and the Switch, but yeah, there's something I need to play, man. You just need a lot of time to play them. All right, guys, you know what? Let's see what's next. Someone said Battlezone, but I think that was just in reference to what this game was like. Okay, so it's not there, but let's look at Black Fawn now. Cool. And we're on our second post it, guys. Keep the game requests coming, guys. Like Patreon Tube did their Black Fawn block capitals. It really does stand out, and it really does help. And everyone, wishing everyone a good Monday, man. If you're at work, then you know what, Monday, yeah, you're almost through the day. Or if you're like me, yeah, it's 6:30 in the evening. Most of your day is over. The first door one day. Wow. Okay, you know what? Cabot Kiss, all right. Unfortunately, now this is the state in the UK now, is all these charity shops, right? You never find anything in there. Whenever you do, it's the same price as eBay, right? So it's actually better to buy it from eBay, because you've probably got better like protection there if something goes wrong, right? Than a charity shop. All the charity shop people do now is they go on eBay, they look at the highest selling price they've got, and they sell it for that price. Wow, this game's very rock and roll, man. Can I jump? Where's my jump button? Is this? Okay, I'm gonna fall down. Okay, right. Okay, it controls remind me of very kind of Prince of Persia, right? Okay, so there is a jump button. Okay, very kind of Prince of Persia, Another World, Flashback type of game. Like Flashback was a fantastic game, guys. But this is like a rock and roll version of it, guys. You know what? I would have liked the 32X if I invested in this and I got it. There's enough decent games on here for it to be a system like worthy of actually owning. Like I didn't realize it was this good. There's a lot of games that I may not so much play now, but I definitely would have liked back in the day. And I would have liked this because I liked Flashback, I liked Another World, I like Prince of Persia. What do we do here though? Whoops. Can I shoot the door? Okay, let's put the gun away, man. They're tied up. Can I not free the people? Free the people! No, I don't want to give up yet. I will soon, though. Okay, right. Let's go back down. Let's see if we can do it the way we do it in Prince of Persia. Yep, it works. Okay. Definitely influenced by Prince of Persia. Let's do a roll. I thought it rolls here. Yeah. How do I? Okay, save yourself while there's still time. So maybe these people are going to tell me something. I'd rather save you, you know, but this guy's not saving anyone. It's very rock and roll. Could it be, are you the chosen one? Well, very unlikely. He's not saving anyone. What's this guy going to say up here? Okay. Can I pick stuff up here? Okay. Hover bomb. Okay, hover bomb. Right, how do I? Okay. I'm selecting. Oh, okay, cool. Right, so. Nope. Right. Oh, okay, cool. Wasn't too difficult to work out. This game is awesome. Awesome game. Thank you for whoever recommended this. Love it. Love this game. Wicked. Guys, Rainbow Islands is coming out soon, right? I forgot, someone reminded me in the stream yesterday. It is from Arcade Archives, and it's just the original Rainbow Islands. So I think I'll be doing a stream on that when I get a chance, because Rainbow Islands is a great game. Absolutely great game. And Arcade Archives, I feel, do a good job of bringing that stuff out. Oops. Okay, so I wonder what happens if you waste your bomb. You probably have to go give up, don't you? Okay, this game's good, guys. Game's good. I like it. Okay, so you need to put your gun away. Okay, makes sense. Don't climb a ladder with a gun, right? You might shoot yourself. So that's solid advice. Safety first, people. Okay, so let me see if I can go jump over. Let me see if I can fall down with a gun and just shoot him. Yippee-ki-yay! Is he hiding from me? Oh, he's hiding from me. Wow. Okay, I've got another bomb. Let's go. Very, very interesting game. Oh, I must be able to hide as well. I wonder if you can jump with the gun out, or is it safety first? No, you can't. Okay, because the jump button is the shoot button. Love it. Oh, there's a bomb there. Cool. Didn't clock that, but cool. You kind of need those to open doors, right? It's almost the equivalent of a key, but it's definitely more rock and roll, more cooler to have a bomb, right? Is that gonna blow me up if I dash it? No. Okay. And is that an elevator now? I can see like those things going up. Yep. Guys, this game's good. Wow. Okay. Wow. There's a password here. The password system. So guys, make sure you've got the ability to take screenshots, or you've got your trusty notepad lying around. To escape bombs, it is better to avoid them than to be nimble. Okay, that's good advice for anyone. Ah. Okay, so I can avoid stuff like that. Let me get my gun out. No, I need to get my gun out. Yeah, this is good. I like this. I like the shootout. All right, let's go to the next game, guys. Any other games that you guys want in here? Yeah, oh, wicked. Sorry, man. I should look at the chat while I'm playing it. I'd figure stuff out sooner. Gaming systems. Okay. Wicked. Oh, this is a good game, Patreon tube, man. Blackthorn. Who recommended it? Was it you that recommended it, actually? Let me see. Yeah, it was you that recommended it. Wicked, wicked. So you obviously know this game. Right, this is a great game. Right, let's go. Let's have a look at some stuff. Let's have a look at some... You know what, I think, let me go back out. Have I got, I think in my set, I've got Mortal Kombat 2. I'm pretty sure I had like a Mortal Kombat arcade colors, no? Maybe that's, no? Oh, I thought I put that on here. Right, let's have a look. Is that, okay. There was like a Mortal Kombat hack. Is it in here? Okay, Mortal Kombat 2 Ultimate Edition improvements. All right, let's have a look at this. So one thing I always found with Mortal Kombat, and even the Sega Saturn version, is there was a lot of input latency. I think the SNES version was okay from what I remember, but I haven't visited it for a while. So it'll be great to get like an arcade core of the Mortal Kombat games. You know, 1, 2, 3. Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate is played competitively. If you go on Fightcade, it is one of the most popular games. It's a popular game on Fightcade. It's something that a lot of people play and enjoy. But which one's this? Was this Mortal Kombat 2? We'll find out and say, yeah, here we go. I always liked Baraka. Whenever we played Mortal Kombat 2 on the SNES, and it was crazy, right? Because on the SNES we had, they were like, no, we're a family console. Do you remember the SNES version of Mortal Kombat 1 where Sub-Zero's fatality, instead of ripping the head off and pulling the spine out, he froze them and punched them. And they made like a kid-friendly version of Mortal Kombat. And then with Mortal Kombat 2, man, they just went all out. So, okay, I've got... You know what, oh, I can't even pause it. Let me try one thing. Have I got the 6th button? Okay, I've got 6th button enabled. Okay, it's not quite working with 6 buttons though. That's interesting. Okay. What are the buttons? Yeah, this is weird. I haven't got all the buttons for this, man. Okay, that was quick. Weird now. Whenever we play a fighting game, we're getting like mirror matches in here. Which is, it always would have been nice to see another character. Okay, not quite happy with the control scheme on this. Let's see what else is there. Guys, remember, if you want to see anything else, just hit me up in block capitals. I maybe about another half hour of this stream, maybe not as long as another one. I actually need to do an Analogue Pocket installation guide for the Amiga core. I know a few people have had difficulties with it, so it'll be nice if I can get that done today, actually, before I go work. So, okay, Virtua Racing. I know this is a great game. A lot of people talk about this game. The Wii, not the Wii, sorry, the Switch version is really good. You can play, I think you can play like 8 players on one Switch, man. It's nuts. It's nuts. Like, I recommend getting that. And if that's something you do want to pick up on your Switch, wait for it to go on sale. It goes on sale for like, we're talking like peanuts, like £2, right? £2, £1.69, maybe the equivalent like $2. But yeah, it's worth getting on that. It's got online play on the Switch version as well, and yeah, it's done by M2 if I remember correctly. And M2 are just the best at doing ports, man. They're just really, really good. Okay. Wow, imagine. Let's go back to when this came out, right? This would have been a system seller. This would have been, look at this game, look how realistic it looks, look at the 3D, look at the wheels, look how round they are. Again, it's kind of aged well. Let's try one thing, right? Again, this is a kind of game that it hasn't aged that great as far as visuals go, but let's go and let's put in medium filters again, and again, you're going to see that it just looks so much better straight away. Just having that visual effect. Now, if you're watching this on your mobile or something, it may not look that good. I will turn them off again. But I like to, in live streams, I feel there's an opportunity to turn these on. And this is a good game, man. I mean, we're playing like a hacked version of this. So there's something in there that's not in the vanilla game. We can run the vanilla game after. And guys, do keep some requests coming. We'll try and get some more requests done. And there you go. We've got a Ferris wheel in the background, which qualifies this racing game as an awesome racing game. You know, Ferris wheel, what else is there? A plane, a helicopter, hot air balloon is another one. When those items are in there, absolutely brilliant. Do you know a racing game that I've been enjoying recently is that Cruising Blast, but I feel it's a big letdown because it doesn't have like online play. Like an arcade racer with online play would be great. And that Cruising Blast, it's a fun game, man. You go through areas where you go through like a safari and there's all these animals there. It really captivates that arcade vibe really, really well. So the Cruising Blast game, yeah, fantastic game, man. It's expensive though. I think, how much is it on the Switch? It's like £30, which isn't bad, but it lacks online play. It's the kind of game I would just want to play online. I'd want to go online. I just want to smash the arcade. You know, same way kind of like you played like maybe like Burnout 3. Burnout 3 was really really good on the original Xbox Online. Outrun 2 was really good on the Xbox 360 as well. Unfortunately, we don't really have many good arcade racers. There's that, is it Hot Shot Racing? That might have been updated now, but that's dead online. I tried going online even when I first got it at launch, and I've got it for the Switch and I've got it on Steam. It just doesn't, and obviously probably on the Xbox via Game Pass as well, but you know what, it just doesn't. Yeah, there's no one online. The rubber banding is crazy. The computer batters you on that. It's just too tough. It looks like it could have been something special, but it really isn't. It was a big disappointment. There's a game coming out, I can't remember, something GP by Roz Games, someone that I follow over on Twitter. That looks kind of interesting. It's going to be, I think it's coming out for Steam first, so I really hope that captures that arcade vibe for a racing game, because we don't have any. Forza's good, but I just want a simple arcade game without, you know, I find Forza very confusing. There's a lot of stuff to do in it. Like, I see my kid, he's always like bidding for cars. He's like buying cars, he's selling cars. I just want an arcade racer. A good one that I do actually like, it's Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. which is really good. The one that came out for 360 and PS3, and they released a remastered version recently. Unfortunately, on the Switch it runs at 30 FPS, and you can really feel it. It's not worth playing on a Switch in my opinion, but on the Steam Deck it runs really nicely. It runs fantastically well, man. Have we got any other games in here? LL, how you doing, man? Wicked. What's happening? Wicked, yeah, the day's been alright, man. Had a few things to do. Horizon Chase is good, yeah. Horizon Chase is excellent, but Scalinio, what I have to say about Horizon Chase, let me run the vanilla version of Virtual Racing now. Right, so Horizon Chase Turbo it's more like the Amiga games. It's more like the Amiga DST racers, like Lotus Turbo Spirit. So when we were doing the Amiga stream with Amiga Vision with it, and they actually said that was that was Lotus Turbo Spirit Part 5 effectively. So yeah, they feel like that it doesn't captivate that kind of outrun the Daytona stuff. It feels different to that. I get it, it's a good game. Part 1 you can't play online, but part 2 you can play online. Haven't played part 2 that much. I really do like part 1, but it's different to the arcade races that are out there. But okay, let's see if there's any difference with this, because the other one was in a ROM hack. Not exactly sure what this hack kind of brings to the table, but we'll have a look. Okay, was the color different? I think this screen was darker, if I'm not mistaken. It was definitely darker. It had a dark look about it. Don't know which one I prefer, but one thing I know I definitely like, I like these scan lines on here, man. The MiSTer scan lines are wicked, absolutely wicked. There's a big shout out to Retro Fonz as well, man. My buddy Retro Fonz. So he's made like a whole bunch of different like shadow masks and screen filter options for the MiSTer, and he's put his configurations out for anyone to kind of add to the MiSTer and enjoy. And he's done some really good ones. You know, he's really good ones they look really good on like the 2D arcade stuff, the SNES stuff, to be honest, on most things. But I definitely feel the 32X benefits greatly from scan lines. Okay, I'm skidding a lot more in this one. So I don't know if that hack improved the handling or something. Yeah, this is really good on the Switch, man. Strongly recommend it. And guys, have we got any other suggestions that are coming through? If there's any suggestions, block capitals in a single message, let it stand out, and we can run with that. But yeah, one thing I have learned today, the 32X is solid, man. There's a whole bunch of decent games on there. Soundtrack for this, the soundtrack for this is good as well. We're stopped now, but and here we go, the soundtrack is back. Yeah, if you're gonna try out the 32X score, try out Virtual Racing. If you get like the HTBDB, sorry, I can't remember what it's called, but what used to be the Smoke Monster sets, the new name for them, HD. All right, whatever they're called, it's got a good variety in there. I'll run through it in a menu as soon as I finish this race. We can have a look at there. Hopefully this is the last lap, is it? No? Okay. Let me just give it a reset and we'll have a look at the menu. So when you grab the pack, it's obviously on archive.org. I'm not going to link it or anything, guys. So, but if you go there, this is what you'll get. So SEGA 32X, and it was last updated. Was that the 4th of the 1st? So I don't mind the backwards date format. You know, we have it the other way around in the UK. The American one with the date in the middle, the month at the beginning, I really don't like that. Okay, so if we go in here, it's really nice how the games are categorized. You've got the US, Europe. You know, the US has got quite a few. Here we go. And then after that, we've got Europe, and Europe hasn't got as many as US, right? But Japan's got only a tiny little bit. So was the 32X an attachment designed to kind of be marketed in the Western market? But as well as that, you've got betas and prototypes. Oh, there's Clay Fighters 2 there. We can check that out. If no one said anything, I'll load that one up next. Golf Magazine Presents, have no idea what that is, but we can run that in a second. But you've got all this other stuff there. You've got like different versions of the game, like the beta, the test versions of those. Homebrew and hacks against demos and intros. Should we go? Okay, 32X Fire by Mike. Let's run a demo, and then let me go back in there. Oh, okay. Here you go. If you want a fireplace with, I've got the scan lines on, I think now. You can have that going. So that's interesting. Like with Amiga, we've got the demo stuff, right? We've got Rick Dangerous, guys, right? Which is a classic, an absolute classic platform game from like the Amiga era. Like, loved it on the Amiga, absolutely wicked. Let's give it a shot. Let me turn the scan lines off first now. I don't want to leave them on too long in case they are bugging someone's display. So let's turn those off. Wicked. Right, so as soon as you start this game, right, hold right. Hold right. That's where you want to hold right. It kind of reminds me, his face and his chin reminds me of like Desperate Dan. He's got like that big chin. Okay, so this is interesting. It's got the jump button. Oh, okay, and the fire, you just press it. You don't have to hold fire and up. Right, okay, that's interesting. So this game was, this is the game that inspired that game Spelunky, without a doubt. The similarities, I thought it was going to get me. The similarities are just, they're too uncanny. Go down faster because you're going to get that arrow fired at you. It's weird, like my brain's kind of telling me keep holding up. See, look, when you go down, if you jump down there, you would have got spikes. So you kind of have to memorize where all the traps are. You know, some of them you can see like those spikes down there, but when I'm doing this big jump, I'm taking a leap of faith, right? So if I went over to the right, those things would have got me. If I jump up here, it should trigger the trap. No, do I need to go closer? I don't even know why I'm triggering that. Oh, actually, it got triggered on the way down. That's why it's not popping out. Oh, I'm out of bullets. Ah! Okay, I got my bullets again, so you can have one. Okay, you can't jump and fire. I don't remember you could, but I guess a good strategy would be to avoid some. So this is interesting, right? We've got, oh no, I should have got that. That would have been more bullets, but I shot it. I've got one bullet left, guys. Ah! See, that's the thing, okay. And it doesn't even come back when you lose a life. That's kind of a little bit of a bump, right? So you go down here, you're gonna have to go left. I wonder if you're gonna have to go right in between. No, okay, so you want to avoid that. This is a fun platformer, right? But I know this from the Amiga. Wow, look at that. So if I went there, I would have got spiked. Okay, cool. Let's go something else, right? F-Zero-X, I've been playing. Oh right, yeah, F-Zero's are fantastic, man. Try out there's a recent ROM hack for the SNES that's really good. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I have got a video on the channel about it. It's really good. What's this? 1985 Ultraviro's 32X demo. Let's try some of these demos out because they're in there. Let's try it. Guys, we are back in 1995, guys, and that's the fire demo that we had. We've now got that demo underneath. Guys, let me know if you want to see any games, right? I'm going to start going through some random stuff, but if there's any games you want, maybe we'll stream for like another 15 minutes or so, maybe a slight bit longer. But if you want any games, hit me up with the block capitals in there and we'll get those running. So interesting, these demos. It's nice to have these demos on here. Let's have a look at the cube. Wow, we're going to see a cube. Wow, that loaded really quick. Fire, we looked at fire. What's this Kinter demo? Okay, interesting stuff. But like this was more known on like the Atari, the Amiga. The Amiga had like a whole demo scene. Sega's yeah, well, you know what, the Sega 32 I would say is underrated, but the Mega Drive done really well. The Dreamcast is very loved. The Sega Saturn kind of died a death, but I really like the Saturn as well. Okay, so we've got guys, you remember those TVs, right, where you didn't have a button for the channels? Look at the two bars that you've got there, right? So the two bars that you've got there, you had to tune the channel in every time. So you know that it had the whole frequency range there for your old TV that picked up an aerial was plugged into the RF, the radio frequency port, and you had to tune it in every time. It was very early TVs. I remember, especially black and white TVs had that. Zhong Mao, are you playing on Steam Link? No, we're playing on the MiSTer FPGA. It says it on the description. So the MiSTer FPGA is an FPGA console which recreates classic consoles on a very accurate basis. So it's definitely not a Steam Deck. So it's not something everyone kind of knows about, but it's something everyone should really know about. It's amazing. Back and forth rotating. All right, let's see what else is in here. Anything? All right, we're gonna go back out of this folder. So Doom hacks, 8 Queens chess, Mortal Kombat. We kind of had a look at. Wasn't happy with the buttons. Ooh, Smoke Monster Afterlife. Like, if that's a Smoke Monster that I know of, the guy's a legend, man. He put together a lot of packs. I really like the EverDrive packs. When I put them on my Game Boys, I found a lot of games that I otherwise would have never ever found. The question, okay, what's the question? I'm gonna get asked the question. Okay, so this looks like one of those games again, right? Okay, too much text kind of here. Virtual Racing. We've got Wolfenstein as well, but we kind of done Doom. Should we? We'll give Wolfenstein a quick shot. So I mean, no, when there was one TV, I had to wait for like my mum to stop watching stuff so I could get to the TV, you know. It wasn't like now, like in my front room, you know, my daughter's got a desk, my kids have a desk, and there's a TV in there. So effectively, like there's 4 screens in there because the kids have got an additional monitor to use as well. So let's just go new game. Okay, interesting. So this would have been someone porting this over to. Oh, so okay, had to get around the dead body. I wonder if strafe is strafe is just like Doom. You hold down C, and you move it left and right to strafe. So that's interesting. Controls done well. So this came out before Doom, right? But you know what? Doom was the one that was definitely recognized the most. Okay, with all the cells at the beginning. I think, is this the door you need to go? It looks, they're probably all, oh no, here we go. Okay, let's shoot a Nazi. Yeah, I have to say the animation of like the guys dying in this is swell, absolutely good. Right, let's see what else is here. Okay, so that was homebrew. Tools and services, no. So what were some Japanese games on here? What's this? Sengo Kushi 4. Doom Hack Resurrection. Yeah, no, we checked Doom, the Doom Hack, the Resurrection earlier. Yeah, man, it was decent. It was Doom. Controls translated well as well, which I thought were very, very good. Okay, so wow, by Koei. Is this going to be like a strategy game or something? Or... oh, already too much text there for my liking. Okay, C to go forward. Oh, okay. I wonder if this is like Kessen or something, you know, one of those strategy games that we have. Oh yeah, cool, there you go. Yeah, definitely a strategy game. Let's get out of here. Okay, Star Wars Arcade, we've checked out. Stellar Assault, Virtual Racing. Okay, so only 4 games in the Japanese folder. Anything exclusive for Europe? Afterburner. Oh, you know what? Let's have a look. You know what I did want to have a look at, right? Betas and prototypes. Right, so we'll look at Clay Fighters Cosmic Carnage. What is this golf magazine, man? Have we got a golf magazine on here? Someone put a whole bunch of golf magazines. Got no idea. Okay, Zhang Mao, thank you, man. So popular in Asia. Nice, nice. Okay, what have we got here? Flashpoint Production, Portions of Cold. What I've not. Okay.
Welcome to Golf Magazine's 36 Great Holes.
Wow, someone's brought a golf magazine. Right, golf magazine. Oh wow, it's actually a golf game. That is interesting. Wow, I kind of expected just to see a magazine here. Okay, we won't look at the game. Let's go on to something else. Let's have a look at Clay Fighters 2. Clay Fighters, it's quite charming how it is. This was I remember playing this on the N64 core. It was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. Are we starting here? Oh, okay, this is the game. No? Okay. That's as far as that goes. What's Cosmic Carnage? Should we go for 0609? What we got here? 1110. Let's go for the latest beta that we got here. Yo, Ori, how you doing, my bro? Welcome, man. Welcome. Yeah, well, I was off today, so yeah, done a quick little stream, man. Okay, Cosmic Carnage. Here we go, guys. No idea what this is. Oh, it's a fighting game. Nice. Unfortunately, oh, so what character am I going to pick? I'm going to pick like this Mantis. Wow, amazing characters in this. Wow, look at that. We've got like an alien. What's that? A xenomorph? Is that what it's called? But you know, I'm going to go with this Snakey over here, man. I would have gone Ninja, but that snake just seems too cool. What am I doing here? Was that Naja versus Naruto? Interesting. Cosmic Carnage at Evo 2024. We need this. Wow, he just command grabbed me. I really like the tail and the way this character looks. Very, very unique. If you're a charged character, how it moves in here. Definitely interesting, guys. You know, back when this was out, I loved fighting games. So if I would have got this game day one. I don't know if it's good as a fighter, how balanced it is, but you know what? I would have loved it. Wiki, good to hear you're doing well, Ori. Nice one, nice one. We'll have to link up at Free Play City next, dude. I'll definitely let you know. I'll put a bit of notice up as well. I just want to make sure that the day, if I give everyone like a couple of weeks notice, I just want to make sure that I am free that day. Obviously, unforeseen circumstances can arise, but I would try and avoid that. I'll just make sure I check in with the boss. My wife's cool. The boys are ready to go. There's nothing else on, and I've got no work to do at home and everything. And then yeah, a Saturday or a Sunday would be the day. I'd rather do it on a Saturday, to be honest. But if I go on a Saturday, it'll be a bit later because I've got to do the video on Sunday. You know, when I'm free straight away. Guys, this game's decent. Let's have a look. Was this actually a full release as well? Before we go in here, right? Okay. So let's go US. Yeah, okay. If that was okay, we're checking betas of games that they were released, but this pack has got all like all the betas, the test versions that are out. So that definitely makes it very, very interesting. So that's cool. Let's have a look at this. So this is the complete version of the game. The earlier one was an earlier build. Let's try and... I definitely like the character cast in this, man. All right, let's go to Ninja, right? To go with the name of the channel, right? Right, what am I picking here? Okay. All right, okay. Okay, let's just press start. And hopefully... Okay, I'm Naruto this time. I'm Naruto and Talmak. I'm the ninja this time. Again, like a... Come on, do a fireball, son. Okay, I think I did a dragon... Wow, wow, my armor got smashed, man. Okay, I've got Dragon Punch. That Dragon Punch just destroyed me. Guys, any suggestions for any games? Okay, I just got DP to death. What's that saying? I love that people still making cool fighting games and beat 'em ups on the Genesis. There's a cool fighting game themed. Oh yes, Zanga, I've got a video on the channel about that. The one where it's got River City Girls as well as characters from Double Dragon. It's a great beat 'em up. It was a lot of fun. I played it. Definitely fun. Well worth checking out for anyone out there. What else is there? What else is there coming out? There's a guy, I Heart Pizza, that's his Twitter handle, and he's making a game. It's called Go For It, and that kind of looks interesting for the Sega. I love the dashes in this, man. It looks really interesting for the Sega Mega Drive. Go For It, and the guys. I mean, I've been following him. He's been talking about it for like a year and a bit, so I do hope it surfaces soon. But he's doing like a pizza shop where you can play Mega Drive games, and he's also making like a Mega Drive game that he's been working on. So I hope that comes to surface. I've spoken to the guy before. You know, I've said to him, you know, when the game comes out, come on the channel and you know, come on a podcast, and we can kind of talk about it. But I hope that kind of surfaces. But that looks all right. Does your thingy have Paprium? I won't love to be able to emulate. Paprium, what's Paprium? That's on Sega Saturn, right? Let's have a look. No Paprium in US. No Paprium in Europe. And no, any. So Paprium's it's that kind of beat 'em up, the really funky one. It looks amazing. I played it on the Saturn. It's on one of the arcade collections. But yeah, it doesn't look like we've got Paprium here. I'm pretty sure I've got, by maybe a couple of homebrew games, I'm pretty sure I've got most things available for the Saturn in this set. Let's there was like a motocross game. Okay, now it actually might be a full game as well. Oh, I've loaded it by accident. Oh, okay, cool. Paprium, right? Oh yes, I don't have that. They released that on cartridge, didn't they? And I think there's no ROM of that. I don't think you can buy a ROM, or there's not a ROM available. I think I've seen stuff on there, but there's a whole, I don't know. If there's a way, I don't mind paying a little bit of money for it, but I'm not really made of money. I can't buy a full price game if it's like $40-50, you know. If it's like $5 for the ROM or something, cool, like I'll buy it. $10 for the ROM, yeah, no problem. But that looks good. I remember looking at that. That looks good. I'd love to try that. I don't think it's out there. It doesn't come in any of these packs that you get, but I guess rightfully so, because you know, there's a lot of people, this don't look that good. Right, there's a lot of people out there that put hard work into this stuff, so you know, they're out there selling it. But from what I remember, it was cartridge only. I've never seen a ROM of it apart from people talking about it on Reddit. Yeah, sorry, I got that confused with like a different game. So let me try and run one more game. Oh, that's quite loud. So let me do one more game, and we're kind of gonna finish on that game. So let's find something here. Oh, the Pitfall game was Pitfall. Okay, cool. Sorry guys, sorry about all your ears there. Right, guys, does anyone want a game? As far as I know, Paprium was a proprietary expansion chip that hasn't been emulated anyway. Here you go. Yeah, something like that. Like, I don't mind paying for stuff. Like, I've bought Xeno Crisis before, you know, like the guys are cool. I actually met them at the London gaming market, and when I went there, they were really cool. My kids played like the Neo-Geo version of it. Really nice guys. So obviously it's nice to support development of you know, new indie games coming out. But yeah, I don't know, hopefully one day there'll be like a ROM available for it. There's another good beat 'em up coming out for the Neo-Geo. I forget what it's called now, man. But it's really good. But there was some controversy with that, because they weren't releasing the ROM. They were only releasing cartridges of it. But that is something they're going to release later. I just can't remember what it's called now. But it looks really, really good. It's a good beat 'em up, and I feel like beat 'em ups have really, really come to life this year. You know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. We've got Streets of Rage 4. Then you've got stuff like Toxic. The Toxic Crusaders that's coming out, that looks interesting. So beat 'em ups have come a long way. I really want something like Dragon's Crown. I want a beat 'em up with like RPG elements, something that I can just keep going back playing. I tried playing Dungeon Fighter Online a few times, but I never could quite get to grips with it, or maybe I didn't give it the love and time. But that looks good. I want that beat 'em up, but I want like that RPG formula with it, because when we've got more purpose in games, like if we look at Metroidvanias, right? Let's talk about Symphony of the Night, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It is just a side scroller, right? But because of the map, the exploration, the power ups, the different things you can do it just makes it much more interesting. And I feel that's what makes our old games interesting. If we have a beat 'em up that gives you additional elements in there, the longevity of that game, just you get more out of that game than you would just a bog standard beat 'em up. Same as if you've got a side-scrolling action game, if it's a Metroidvania and it's done well, you've got a lot more you're gonna get out of it. You're gonna get out, you know, dozens, if not hundreds of hours worth of play out of it. So if you get a beat 'em up that's like Dragon's Crown on which I've got on the PS Vita, it's out for PlayStation 3 and 4 as well, by Vanillaware. That's just done really, really well. The RPG elements in there, the grind in there, it's fun. But guys, I'm gonna kind of end it here, man. It's been a fun stream. Like, I really appreciate everyone dropping by. It's been 2 hours of solid fun. In conclusion, the 32X is bad boy. Absolutely love it. Like, didn't really know much about this system. Glad it won the vote. It's the one I wanted to win, and it won. But whatever won, I would have gone with that and had fun anyway. But I discovered a lot of decent titles on this. It's got some good stuff, and for the time, some of the titles were would have been considered cutting edge technology. They just looked good. It's just a shame it just flopped. It didn't do well. It probably done worse than even like the Sega Saturn, because you know you hear of more Saturns being around than 32Xs. But that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone that tuned in. Super appreciate it. Yeah, take care of yourself. Take care of one another, guys. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.